Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Spill the D. My name's Gina. I'm one of your hosts, and I'm joined here with my handsome co-host, Rick. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. That was my first time doing the intro in a while because last time it was my turn, I didn't have a voice. And I gotta say, feel a little rusty.
Yeah?
Felt a little weird at first.
Feel good to be back?
Feels great to be back. Definitely felt weird at first. Like talking, I was like, wait.
Didn't sound weird.
This is what I say. This is what I'm supposed to say. This is what I've been saying for 3 years.
It's a long time.
That's right. Today we are celebrating 3 years of Spill the D. How insane is that?
Woo woo.
Happy anniversary, Spill the D.
Happy anniversary, Spill the D.
This just feels crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been here for the full 3 years, obviously.
You've been around for 3 years.
I've been around for 3 years.
Yeah.
I've been around the block a few times. No, I mean, I've been here for what? Probably just under half of it.
So
A year?
Yeah, a little. So you like
So a third?
officially became the new co-host a year ago, almost.
So a third.
Like a little over a year ago now, I think. But like you were guest hosting for a few months before that. No, you officially became, I think, in like March or April, but you were guest hosting starting in like December, January, and had been a guest on the podcast other times before that. I don't know, crazy.
I'm just happy to be here.
Been here a while. A year goes quick though.
It does. It feels like I've been here for 3 years. Not in a bad way.
Just time moves so much slower when you're with me. But to celebrate 3 years, we are doing a special episode today. We are doing a Q&A episode, a question and answer. We put out for the listeners to send in some of their questions for us. We got 3 different categories of questions that were sent in. We got Disney, we got podcasts, and then we got some personal ones. So we're answering as many as we can in our nice time frame without doing another hour and a half episode like we did last week, which I apologize for, but if you enjoyed it, good.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get through all of the questions in our usual 40-ish minute time frame.
Usually aim for like 45 to 55-ish. Under an hour for my own sanity.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, last week was rough.
It'll be shorter than last week.
Just so you guys know, we got off that episode after talking about Dopey, and we looked at the time on the timestamp, and it said an hour and 38 minutes. And I was like, this has to be wrong, right? Like something must be glitching. Like maybe a section is doubled. Like something's not right.
Yeah.
That was right.
We didn't feel like we talked for an hour and 38 minutes, so hopefully it didn't feel like you were listening for an hour and 38 minutes.
Well, I edited it enough that I think it was like an hour 20 something.
Hopefully it didn't
took
feel
out
like you were
some
listening
chunks.
for an hour 20. I don't know. Personally, I like when podcasts don't feel as long because that means I was enjoying it the whole time.
Yeah,
so.
no, hopefully it felt like real quick for you guys. So, I don't know. Okay, but before we get started, this is normally where we discuss some Disney news. Nothing really big has happened.
No, I mean, DVC is going to be opening soon.
Which we talked about last week.
But that's pretty much it. So just keep an eye out for the Wilderness Lodge, or Fort Wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye out for that, and that's pretty much it.
Really it. Nothing else, unfortunately, which is fine. Like we've said to you guys before, we only really like to share the news that's going to really affect your vacation. We don't just want to throw information at you that you can see that you see everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing that's really gonna affect your vacation right now. But if you are looking into planning your vacation, if you need some help planning, this is your official reminder that we are the official podcast of 407 and Beyond Vacation Co. 407 and Beyond is a Disney and Universal Orlando travel agency that books and plans family vacations to destinations such as Walt Disney World, Universal Orlando, Disney Cruise Line, and so much more. Doesn't cost any extra to book with them. Their services are 100% free. Their vacation planners are going to do all of the work, all the hard labor for you, so that all you have to do is show up, have fun, and create family memories. You can start by getting a free, no obligation quote at www.407vacations.com. Highly recommend checking out their social media right now. Bruce was just on a preview sailing of the Icon of the Seas for Royal Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, I've never wanted to be Bruce so bad.
Yeah, the ship looks amazing. There's videos all over his Instagram, 407 and Beyond's Instagram. Hopefully you guys caught some of the stuff that was on like the stories and everything, because all that was really good stuff as well. I'm sure
they made a little
like a saved story kind of
yeah
thing. I'm sure there's going to be more stuff coming out on the YouTube channel, so keep an eye on that as well.
the YouTube.
If you're if you're interested in like cruising and stuff like that, which we are, and a lot of you probably are too, because if you're listening to us, you probably like to travel, even if it
vacation
is just to Disney. You still like to travel.
Don't you dare say just, even if it is to Disney.
No, like even if it is just to Disney.
I know, but the word
that's no, like as in like just to Disney, as that's your main vacation that you do.
I know, but the word just makes it sound like, oh, it's just Disney.
Well, I didn't say it like that.
I know.
If I had said it with the inflection, like just Disney.
It's how I hear it. Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. My whole train of thought is just gone.
Okay, so getting into the episode, we got a Q&A, we got some questions, and for anyone who doesn't care about the podcast or our personal lives, I have good news for you. We are going to start with the Disney questions. We got some really good Disney questions sent in, and I did not put them in any order. They were just the order that they were sent in. So, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, first question. One restaurant, one hotel, and one tour/extra event that's on your Disney bucket list.
Oof.
What is it? Or what are they? Let's start with one restaurant. What's one restaurant in Disney that you've never been to that you want to go to?
I would love to try. Well, where'd you get those wings from? Steakhouse 71?
Yeah.
I would love to try that.
Okay.
Because it sounded amazing based on your speaking of it.
For the wings? Or just for the entire restaurant?
The entire restaurant, because you said the other food there was delicious as well.
Oh, it was also good.
So, yeah.
I was very pleasantly surprised by it because I haven't heard great things.
Oh.
And I was very pleasantly surprised.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we've tried a good amount of the restaurants that I want to try. So I think that's probably next on the list, I think.
Can I give two?
Sure.
Okay. One is if I'm feeling real classy and real bougie that day, I want to go to Victoria and Albert's and sit at the chef's table.
That would be awesome.
Yes. I want the full chef's table experience.
Okay.
And the other one is the complete opposite. I want to go to Beer Garden in Epcot.
Uh-huh.
It's the Germany buffet, and it's just like bottomless meat.
That sounds nice.
I really enjoy German meats, and I just want to go get the meat sweats. But I always am in Epcot, like, eating my face off, so then I don't go there. But I want to go. Like, it's just something I haven't done yet that I want to do, but I never feel like it's the right time to do it. So Victoria and Albert's is like a pipe dream. This is something I want to do because it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Beer garden is something that I've just wanted to do for years and haven't found the opportunity to do it.
We'll have to make time for it. Okay, so hotel.
Okay. My hotel is Polynesian.
No.
Again, it just has never worked out that I've actually stayed there. I worked there during my college program. I visited like every single trip. I want to actually stay there.
That's fair. It does seem like a very nice hotel.
Yeah, it's like that's my dream stay. I have multiple answers for all of these because I want to give you guys my other answer, but I'm not going to because I'm not going to be that guy.
Okay.
It's Riviera. So what is yours?
I think I'd like to stay at Wilderness Lodge.
You've stayed at Wilderness Lodge.
I'd like to stay there again when I remember it.
Yeah, because whenever we would talk about Disney, your parents would be like, "Oh yeah, we stayed at Wilderness Lodge."
Yeah, so I stayed there when I was in my early teens, probably, maybe a little bit before my early teens.
You should remember that.
I don't remember things.
Fair. We thought my Run Disney shirts were lost, but Rick put them in a drawer.
We did not think that. I knew they were somewhere in the house.
Because you put them there. Okay, so go ahead.
I'd like to stay at Wilderness Lodge again because the vague memories that I do have about it, it was very nice. Mm-hmm. And I want to stay there again because I imagine I would like it just as much, even not more.
Well, you love that like mountain house, Pocono Mountain vibe too. So I feel like it is definitely right up your alley as far as places to be.
Yeah, so that's definitely my top of the list of where I want to stay.
And Whispering Canyon is one of your favorite.
No, I love Whispering Canyon.
It's one of your favorite restaurants in Disney.
Good. It's so good.
This is a solid pick for you. I really do believe so.
Yeah. We should stay there.
Okay. Add it to the list.
Okay.
It'll be a lot easier if we get Disney Vacation Club.
Here's the hope and fingers crossed.
And then what's the last piece of it?
Last one is tour slash extra event.
Okay, so what tour slash extra event is on your bucket list?
I want to do the nighttime safari.
Oh, the one at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Okay, tell me more.
I like the safari. The time that we were there and it rained and all the animals were out, I imagine it's probably similar to that since a lot of the animals are nocturnal and it's cooler out at night. So I think it'd be really cool to do that. And they give you like night vision goggles, don't they?
That is the full reason I thought you wanted to do it, was just for the night vision goggles.
I mean, that sounds awesome, but like just to be able to see all the animals moving around at night and like maybe a little bit more natural than during the day, I think it would be awesome. And yeah, night vision goggles.
And then night vision goggles.
Imagine we had these when we were 12.
Even better. We got them when we're 40.
But yeah, that's definitely mine. What's yours?
Okay.
Ready.
So, event or tour?
Yeah.
This is a really hard question. I am going to say, I don't know if this is a cop-out answer or not.
Okay.
Just a private tour with the tour guide. Like to be able to just be like, I want to go on this ride, and they take me to the front of the line.
Gotcha.
Like the VIP tours.
That's fair.
I'd like to do Keys to the Kingdom again, like the legit one, because I did the modified version for cast members. So I'd like to do the legit one. It only took out like 2 hours of it, one of which was for lunch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay.
But if we're talking like bucket list, anything can happen right now. A VIP tour, just me and my family and friends that's like the dream.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be really cool. That's like, I'd be that person that people are like, are they famous or are they rich?
Famous or rich? It's a fun game to play while you're in Disney.
And that would be us.
Yeah.
We'd be those people that they'd be like, who are they, trying to figure us out. So I think that one would be a really, really cool thing to do.
That would be cool.
That would be like a level up on a Disney vacation.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, question number 2. What is your ideal Disney adult day?
Well, rope dropping.
Okay.
For sure. Probably spending the day in Hollywood Studios, just riding Tower of Terror and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway like 18 times.
Okay.
Just hanging out on Sunset Boulevard for an extended period of time and eating a lot of food.
Okay.
Pretty simple. I mean, it's pretty much what we do already.
every day in Disney is
like,
my ideal Disney.
Yeah, like
day.
if you're not doing your ideal day while you're there, what are you doing?
Fair. That is a fair point. Yeah, so we actually did do already an episode that was like our perfect day at Magic Kingdom, which is kind of this. Which my ideal Disney adult day would probably be in Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
It'd be Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios. I thoroughly enjoy both of them and could have a perfect day in either. That's also like a really tough question to try and think of. Like if the world was my oyster, my perfect day, I would rope drop and I would stay until park closed.
Yeah, obviously.
I would have unlimited money, and I would get whatever I wanted to eat and whatever I wanted to drink.
Fair.
All day.
Yeah, we're also doing lunch at Roundup Rodeo.
Oh, that's for yours? Okay.
Yeah, because I want the corn again.
Oh, solid. Solid pick. Absolutely solid pick. One of our listeners, Riley, actually just sent in that she agrees that the corn's amazing.
It's so good. Thank you, Riley. Thank you for agreeing with me.
One of the most common messages we get from listeners is that Rick was right and the corn's amazing.
It's so good.
And it cracks me up.
It's so good.
It cracks me up. So,
everybody's like, corn? How could that be so good? And you have it and you're like, oh my gosh, this is really good corn.
It's the corn. But no, my day, whatever I wanted to eat, whatever I wanted to drink all day, no questions asked, and I wouldn't get full. I would just keep being able to eat it and not have issues. I'm making a full-on imaginary day right now, guys. I would be at the front of the line on every ride that I wanted to ride. Mm-hmm. And it'd be a short line on any ride I rode that I didn't want to ride.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd watch the fireworks, and I'd have the perfect view in the hubgrass for the fireworks.
Ooh, a hubgrass view.
Oh, I'm getting a hubgrass view. Or front and center for Fantasmic.
Okay.
By front, I mean like middle to top. We're not getting that wet.
We're not going in the
We're
splash
gonna get a
zone.
little moist. We're not gonna get crazy wet, you know?
Like a mist.
Yeah, a nice mist. It's gonna be a great day.
It's gonna be.
I feel like I just like completely didn't answer this question, but I hope I answered it enough for you guys.
You got the gist.
You get the gist. I'm doing whatever I want, eating whatever I want, which is basically how we do Disney anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And how I believe everyone should do Disney for the most part. Like, obviously, if you're with big groups, you got to figure out what everyone, the most important thing that everyone wants. But, yeah, for this ideal day, it's just me. Or it's the two of us.
Yeah.
So it's just whatever the two of us want, like corn and Fantasmic.
Sounds like a great day.
What more could you ask for, really?
I don't know.
Okay, this one kind of leads into the next one.
Okay.
What is your favorite thing to do as a couple in Disney?
Well, for those that haven't picked up on this, maybe you're new here, maybe you just haven't really picked up on it. My love language is food. So my favorite thing to do is eat together. I like sharing food, and I like comparing our opinions, and I like getting multiple things and sharing them and deciding which ones we like better.
Okay. I like giving my opinion, so that's perfect. That's a great thing to love to do. It's funny. I was gonna say like when we go and eat and go like it's like little dates all day.
Yeah, it's
like,
awesome.
Okay, now we're gonna sit and eat here. We're gonna talk about whatever and figure out what we're doing next and compare the food and rate the food.
Yeah.
One of the things me and Ellie did that she was loving was rating all the food. Like,
it's awesome. It's so fun.
I had her rating it for the Instagram, and then after that, like if we ate anything, she was rating it. And I was like, "Oh, I'm not posting this." And she's like, "Okay, well, I still think it's an 8." I was like, "Okay."
She was.
Cool. She was like, "I am the Disney food critic now." But yeah, I do love that. The first thing that came to my mind actually was photos. Because we don't take that many photos in our real life unless somebody is taking them and stops and is like, okay, stand there and smile.
Yeah.
Like, we're not just going to walk up and we take photos of our dog, and that's the majority of it.
We're not like a selfie couple. Like, we don't take selfies all the time. Like, we do sometimes, but like...
It's more like if someone's like, did you get a photo? Or if we're like at like a landmark and I'm like, oh, we should probably get a photo here.
Yeah.
But in Disney... Either we usually have memory makers, so I'm like, let's go, we bought this, we're taking pictures, or I'm like, obviously I need my castle photo.
Yeah.
So we take a lot of photos, and I really enjoy it. I have a good time. I love when the photographers like pose us. Yeah. And it's a fun thing that we mainly only do there for the most part. Mm-hmm. So, and I have a good time with it. I had a great time at our wedding when they were taking photos of us.
Yeah, it was fun.
So weirdly enough, one of my favorite things to do as a couple in Disney is a photo shoot. I don't want it to take over the whole day. I won't wait in a long photo pass line for it. But I will hop in to a short line and be like, go ahead, pose us. Let's have some fun. Let's make some memories, because taking pictures is making memories. Mm-hmm. That's a Disney song.
Okay.
Do you know it?
No.
Oh, you didn't? It's from the sing-along. Or it was in the sing-along.
I've only watched that a handful of times. The amount of times that you've made me watch it.
Because I'll just randomly put it on. That was what my mom used to put on to shut us up when we were little. And now I'm like, nieces and nephews are over. I'm like, you guys want to watch this? Because I want to watch this. Taking pictures, making memories, taking little pieces of time, making them yours, making them mine.
Anyway, next question. Would you run a virtual Disney race?
You could answer first.
No.
No, you won't answer first, or no, you wouldn't run
I wouldn't run a virtual race. One, I have enough trouble so as it is paying to run. I don't enjoy it that much, so like it really has to be worth it to me. So if I'm gonna pay for a Disney race, I have to be there in person. That's the only way to me that it feels worth it.
I completely agree with that answer. I also, caveat, I don't know if they've officially announced it yet, but Springtime Surprise is the last run that they're doing virtual.
Okay.
Or that they're doing a virtual version of. I think they might still be doing like the Christmas one that they did where like they were all virtual. There wasn't one in person, but I don't think that they're doing virtual versions of the other runs anymore.
Gotcha.
But again,
that's fair.
I don't believe Disney has announced that. That's kind of just been like the
word on the street.
Yeah, the word on the Run Disney web is that that's what's happening.
The word on Main Street.
Oh, there you go. He said it. He said it, guys. I'm just gonna spill the D over here. So, but my opinion on virtual runs. I'm not a fan of them. I've only done one virtual run in my life, and it was because I was registered for a run, and then COVID happened,
Yeah.
and they just turned it virtual rather than giving everyone a refund. And I absolutely hated it. I really didn't like it.
Yeah.
It was just running where I normally run. And realistically, I didn't even have to do it because they just sent me the medal.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I'm doing it. It was my first ever long run, and I was
Yeah.
training forever for it, and then that happened.
Yeah.
So I did it, but it just was running where I normally run, and it was like I wasn't a fan of it. And like Rick said, like the Run Disney runs, they're not as expensive as the in-person ones, but they're still expensive.
Yeah.
And
expensive to, like you said, run the same place that you always run.
Yeah, and I just can't personally bring myself to spend the money on it if I'm not running there.
Yeah.
There is, like, I get it. They have a place. There are people who can't get there, who maybe have things restricting them from being able to go. But for me personally, if I couldn't get there, if I really wanted to do a run but I couldn't get there, I'm just not doing the run.
Yeah.
I won't pay to do it virtually.
Yeah.
But I've done a run. I've done a virtual run. Didn't love it. So
at least you're speaking from experience on that.
Yeah, it didn't feel worth it to me. I was really upset that they didn't just give me my money back. And like I said, that was my first ever long run, and it was in circles around a lake.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was interesting.
It was something. I did it.
You did it.
I was so proud of myself. Now I look back and I'm like, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did a virtual run. You know what though? If I wouldn't have run that, I don't know if I would be into running like I am now.
Maybe not.
Because that was my post-college, I didn't have rugby in my life anymore. What do I do now?
Yeah.
I'm going to register for a run. Okay. When are you buying into DVC? Only half kidding. All right.
Whenever this next one drops.
The goal is to get the Fort Wilderness cabin contract. I mean, it could sell out. There could be issues we don't know about. I don't know. We're hoping to get it. We're hoping everything will work in our favor and we'll have it. It's a huge purchase. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
We've been saving for it for a while, so here's hoping that we are able to make it happen and we will be Disney Vacation Club members in about a month.
It's the plan. Stay tuned.
It's going to be like, it's a big purchase.
It's a big purchase. We've made bigger.
Yeah, we bought a house. And for some reason, I'm more nervous about this purchase than I was a house.
That's fair.
You know what? I think the house is like, yeah, I'll be in debt. That's fine. This is like, whew.
This is like debt that is like, the house is like debt that like is in the very far future gonna eventually be paid off. And this is like, you can see the end. It's just kind of far away.
Well, and you know what I think the part is that's making it like really nerve-wracking in my head? I don't know if nerve-wracking is the right word, but the reason why I'm not like 100%, even if I had this information, I think I would still be like, I'd be 90% confident we were getting it. I still have that 10% where I'm like, well, we got to do all the bank stuff. We got to do the financial stuff. Like, we have a lot of adult work to do before we make this decision a reality.
Yeah.
But, like, they haven't announced the prices yet.
Yeah.
And I asked for the prices, and I got back an email very politely telling me that they don't have them yet.
Yeah.
And that it's going to be the first Disney Vacation Club resort that allows dogs. That was what the email said. We don't have the prices yet, but you can bring your dog. So I think that's a part of the challenge of like, we don't actually know the price yet, but it's a purchase we want to make, but we don't know what it's going to cost. So hopefully after February 27th, but we don't actually know. We could change our mind when we see the price.
Yeah.
We could be like, what are we thinking? We're not doing this. So who knows?
We'll see.
Who knows?
All right. If you could have any job at Disney besides the one you've already had, what would it be?
I want to hear your answer first on this one.
I think you already know the answer to this one because we've talked about this before.
The official food tester.
No, that would be awesome though. No, I would love to be an Imagineer.
Okay, yeah.
I think it would be so fun. I don't think I'm quite creative enough to be an Imagineer, but if I could be, I would be because it sounds like so much fun.
Last time we talked about this, you were like, you said you wanted to do the construction, like you wanted to be on the construction cruise. Was that but since I can't be Imagineer, I'd like to be on the construction cruise?
Yeah, that's my backup.
Okay.
I would like to be on the construction cruise building.
Which I think based off of what's written on their clothes when they're there, might be outsourced, but I'm not
Yeah, it might
100%
be.
sure
I
on
don't know.
that.
But working on like rides and stuff would be awesome. But since, but my first plan, if I could do it, would be an Imagineer because I think it would be so fun.
I love it. Go big or go home.
Yeah.
CEO.
I want to make a lot of money.
You went big, I'm gonna go bigger. No.
There's like a lot of stuff in between.
For me, I actually would want to be in the parks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to go. I'm not going as adult life as you are. I'm going for a little bit more Peter Pan-esque.
Okay.
I would want to.
I don't think mine's very adult-like. I think being an Imagineer is a lot.
I just think Imagineers a little bit more intense. I don't know. I would like to be like Imagineers are probably salaried.
Yeah.
My job that I'm about to say is probably hourly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I would want to be a VIP tour guide.
Oh, that's fun. Do
the Keys to the Kingdom tours, maybe take people on the private tours, all of that fun stuff.
It sounds like fun.
Or, and I said this before, I want to be children's activities. But, like, not as much as I'd want to do the VIP tours.
That's fair.
I just want to be with people. I want to, like if I was children's activities, I'd be playing with kids all day. If I was VIP tours and I was one of the tours people, I would be with these people all day, talking to people, teaching them about Disney, like learning about them, like learning about them. Like, I love people. These are like the jobs that I would love.
I don't know if these people are employed by Disney, but what about in retirement? If you were a balloon lady.
Okay, so the balloon ladies are not employed by Disney.
They're not, okay.
No, they are actually people who are running the race.
Oh, okay.
Well, they usually do like the little power walk.
Yeah.
They are actually people who are registered for the race.
Okay.
And different running groups can like recommend people for it. And then I think Disney might pick them based off of recommendations from different running groups.
Never mind then.
That'd be really, just to be a balloon lady would be really cool. I think that's a job people would like. Oh, yeah. They'd fight for that one.
Yeah.
They definitely do fight for that one. That's a cool job.
That would be fun.
And there's only 2 per race, so.
I wouldn't last very long because I'd be a balloon lady and I'd be in the back and be like, I'm gonna get you.
From what I hear, they are like so nice and so supportive. Like they catch you and they're like, "Let's go, you got this." Like they are not the mean one who's sweeping you. That's behind them.
Yeah.
That's Abner. Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Would you rather free Disney park tickets for life or free food at any Disney park for life?
Just Disney Park?
Yeah, where else would you get the food? Just free food for life?
No, like just property. Like property or
park? It just says park. That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with park, exactly how it's worded. It just says park.
Park, I'm going tickets. If property is included, I'm going property.
Okay. It's a fun way to look at it. I'm going food.
Okay. We
spend a lot of money on Disney tickets, but I don't think that an annual pass equals the amount that we would spend on food. Like, because part of it is that I'm cheap.
Yeah.
So the food that I'm getting, I sometimes will choose the cheaper option, even if I want the more expensive option. Or like I pack some snacks so that I'm not eating as much throughout the day.
Yeah.
So if I picked the food rather than the tickets, like I would eat just whatever I wanted if it was bottomless and unlimited and I can just keep going.
I think it would depend on the park for me.
This is any park. You have free food.
I know. Because like Animal Kingdom, yeah, give me all the food. But like
Hollywood Studios,
I don't really need the food.
But the corns is included. You could go to Roundup Rodeo.
I could go to Roundup Rodeo.
Roundup. That's the one restaurant I can't get in my brain.
Roundup Rodeo.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. If you say so.
It's Roundup Rodeo.
But yeah, I'd go food.
Okay.
And I would do sit down restaurants all the time. We're gonna say tips included in that. These people are gonna get tipped real nice from me.
See, but we don't really like doing sit down restaurants because it takes away from the rides in the parks.
That's true, but we've also been there so many times now that if we have to sit down, it's fine.
Okay. That's a tough one. I think I'm still gonna go with tickets though.
Okay, yeah, I'm still gonna go with food. Oh, but I wonder if you can eat some of my food.
If we can do both.
We can kind of cheat the system a little bit. I mean, like, I can't get in on your ticket, but, like, you could probably snack on my food.
Could do that.
See, it is your favorite kind of date in Disney.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
All right, let's hear the next question.
All right, when is the next Disney trip?
Coming up. Sort of. It's a short one.
Yeah.
April.
April.
We are going for 407 week with 407 and beyond vacation.
Hmm?
It is not on 407. I think that might be Easter or too close to spring break.
Same thing happened last year.
Yeah. Last year 407 like was Easter. Like that day was Easter, so it was after. But yeah. April.
So April.
We, because of our honeymoon being really long because we're extra, we're not taking off work to go.
Yeah.
So we're going down Friday night, going to the park with everyone on Saturday, and coming back on Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be a very short one. But...
Yeah. And I'm not currently registered for Springtime Surprise, but it happens to be that weekend, so we might also be running a 10-miler. If we can get in. We keep trying. Because me and Meg have no self-control.
Yes. Very true.
You're not supposed to agree.
As will be portrayed again in the next question that we have, which is Disneyland trips? Would you care to elaborate on this one?
Which Disneyland?
Fair. So we're going to Disneyland Paris for our honeymoon in May.
Well, it's part of our honeymoon.
Yeah,
our whole honeymoon isn't there.
Yeah, we're doing a Mediterranean cruise for our honeymoon. We're going to be close enough. We figured why not. So we're going to do a few days in Disneyland Paris while we're out that way.
While we're there.
Why not? So yeah, we are doing that. And then what about California?
Oh, so we had a trip to California booked for during COVID, but it got canceled because like everything was closed.
True.
So we actually have not been to Disneyland yet.
We're going to get to Disneyland Paris before we get to Disneyland California.
That's true. We're actually right about equal distance from both. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
I don't know what it is mile-wise, but plane ride-wise, it's like the same length. I think Disneyland Paris might be like 30 minutes more on the plane.
Crazy.
It's insane. We are going to Disneyland. I'm sorry. The goal is to go to Disneyland in September because me and Megan want to get the coast to coast medals, which means
have no self-control.
Which means that you run at least a half marathon at Walt Disney World and at Disneyland
in the same year.
So if we register for the Halloween one on February 13th, when it opens, then we can get the medal for both and get the coast to coast medal.
Yeah.
We're booking an entire trip for a piece of medal.
Uh-huh.
Ric's running too, though. It's going to be a really good time. We're really excited. So if we get that, if we are able to register for it, then we will be on our first Disneyland trip in September.
And we will be going potentially to 3 Disneys in 1 year.
3 Disney parks in 1 year.
Now gives me a new goal of getting to all of them in 1 year.
Let's top that.
I'd like to get
2025. We're
all of them in 1 year.
I mean, we can just throw in some Japan and China. Might as well sprinkle it into this year when we already have the other 2.
Japan,
Three.
we're going to need like 2 weeks in.
Should we quit our jobs?
Sure.
Oh, I like my boss. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll make it work. But yeah, so
that's the plan.
That's the plan. We'll see if it happens. Here's hoping. I'm ready to run some more. I'm ready to go to Disneyland. I've been trying to get to it for years. And It just never works out. It's one of those things that, like, with the time difference, like, we can't just, like, pack up and go like we can to Disney World. Like, like how I said we're going in April. Like, we're going to be there, like, 48 hours. We've done a day trip to Disney World because we can. But, like, we're a 3-hour time difference. Yeah. Our entire Sunday or Monday on the way home from Disneyland, I think it'll be that Monday. We're going to leave at 11 and we're going to land here at, like, 10 p.m. Yeah. Because of the time difference. Like, it's not as easy. We're going to make it happen. I want to go there. Just want to go to Disneyland. I just wanted some of the original Disney magic. Yeah. Don't think that's that much to ask for.
I don't think so either.
Okay.
Our last Disney question. You ready?
This is a hard one. I know which one it is. Go ahead.
If you could design any attraction, ride, dining, etc., what would it be and what park? I like the inclusion of the dining in this
I
one.
know. I was just thinking that. That really opens up like a whole new world of possibilities. What do you got?
Well, we've talked about this on an Imagineering episode before. My number one thing that I want to do is a Zootopia kids area where it's broken up into the like different biomes, I guess you would say. Um, this is a tough one though.
It's a hard question to just come up with off the top of the dome, and I feel like it's one of those things that like when we're having episodes, we'll say it and we'll be like, "That's a great idea,"
Yeah, we
because
should
it's
totally
just
do that
in the moment. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I have an idea.
Let's hear it.
What if it probably would have to go in a resort?
Okay.
Funny enough, it might work best in Pop Century.
Okay.
You done?
I'm going through it over here.
I know, I keep hearing it. That was the worst one. It might work best in Pop Century, which is funny because the value resorts don't have restaurants.
Yeah.
But this is the restaurant I'm thinking. It could also be like kind of an attraction, but I'm going to call it a restaurant because that'd be cool. What if they made a restaurant with all of the retired rides and attractions throughout it?
Explain.
So, like, the theme is just, for lack of a better term, like the way that they have like the graveyard of attractions while you're running. Like, what if they made like an archives restaurant that just had like Disney through the years, and they brought in almost like a Hard Rock Cafe?
Okay.
How they have just like costumes from movies, these things in cases throughout the restaurant. What if they had something like that, but with old Disney rides and animatronics and things like that just around you
Could be
as you were eating? And then like the names of the food could be themed to different rides and attractions. Like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is actually frog legs. I don't know. That's a terrible example, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like they could come up with different drinks and things like that would like be themed to the old rides and attractions. That would be really, really cool.
That would be cool.
And like I said, Pop Century feels like the perfect spot for it because just the time periods, I guess. Because there's no other hotel that kind of like dives into the past the way that one does. But they could make it work other places if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I think that would be a very fun one.
That could be good. And
that would be really cool for the Disney diehard fans who want to see the old attractions and see the old rides. They could even have things from old movies. They could have like a ride section and a movie section.
Yeah.
Kind of, you used to go in and be like smoking or non-smoking. You'd be like, table for 6, rides. But that would be really cool with the different themed foods and drinks and getting to like sit there while 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is behind you.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. They don't even need the actual stuff if they just themed it to it. With like actual stuff in cases, but then you could also like, I don't know, you eat and Brer Rabbit's right behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting.
That'd be cool.
And there's so many rides and attractions they've gotten rid of since it opened that they could do a lot with that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's my answer.
So, I have 2 because the one's not really like designing.
Show off.
The one's not really like designing, but I think it would be awesome, and I would go there all the time. I want them to make a Snuggly Duckling bar.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Wouldn't really take a lot of designing because you just make it what it looks like in the movie.
Just put it right next to the bathrooms.
Yeah, but I would absolutely love that, and I would go there all the time. My other idea, I have now totally forgotten because of who I am as a person. So the Snuggly Duckling.
Love it.
Bar.
Perfect. It's from Tangled, for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah. Oh, I remember the other thing.
Look at you.
So, again, like I said, not really the most creative person in the world, but a movie that I find is pretty underrated is Brave. Okay. And I want some sort of Brave attraction. And I don't know what, but I feel like we need something.
You get to go in and turn your mom into a bear.
It turned me mom into a bear. Maybe like a dining experience that looks like the hall that they eat in.
I would like to go in and have her dad tell a story.
That would be cool, like Turtle Talk.
But telling the story of how he killed Murdu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
And then it just like escalates into a normal conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
That works.
That works. Cool. Sounds fun to me. Cinderella show.
Yeah.
All right, next section. Podcast questions.
Let's do it.
What was your favorite episode to record?
Well, I really like the Imagineering one that we did, but I think my favorite, most recently, I like all of the food ones that we do. The first one that we did where I ranked the food, and then this previous one that we did, I think probably the last food one that I did, the ranking the food, just because like there was so much good food in that list.
You stood up and you said that was fun. That was how you thought. You're like, I just had such a good time.
Yeah, like that was a fun episode to record because I was remembering back to all of the emotions that I was feeling while eating this food. It was just
emotionally invested.
Yeah, and it was just fun.
Okay.
What about you?
I can't think of a specific episode that was my favorite. I really like episodes where listeners are involved.
Yeah.
So, like, if it was a type of episode, it would be one where we put a prompt on Instagram, people respond, and then we talk about it. So,
like this one.
This is kind of a good example of that. But also, like...
You really like the ones where we asked the moms for advice. You like that one.
The pregnancy one?
Yeah.
No, because that one was too much pressure. That one was like, I did not want to mess that up and be the person that gave someone who is pregnant bad advice. Because I have never been pregnant. So
Fair.
That was fun. Those moms gave a lot of answers.
Yeah, you were excited about how many answers we
got. No, like would you rather?
Okay.
Like controversial Disney opinions. Like those ones where it's like, give us this and let us talk about it, or give us a prompt and let us run away. You may be a Disney adult if is one of my favorite ones.
That was a good one.
And that one was sent in by a listener. They said, you should do this.
Yeah.
And it is one of our most listened to episodes. Actually, I think it was our most listened to episode in 2023. Mm-hmm. Because I sent it back to the listener and I was like, good job. Thank you. Happy to have you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyone where we get listener involvement, I think that's why we do these ones so much. Because I feel like we do listener involvement ones a lot, and that is why. It's because I thoroughly enjoy it. You guys come up with some great stuff, and I love expanding on what you're saying, too, or being like, maybe I agree with that, maybe I don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, next question.
All right. How long does it take you to prepare an episode?
Depends on the episode.
Yeah, like Distery.
Whole Distery episodes take forever.
They take a long time.
There's a reason there's not many of those. That is a full job.
Yeah, that's like hours.
For about 2 weeks leading up to it. Yeah. It is any free time that I have is invested into learning about this
whatever we're talking about.
It does not matter how much of an expert I already feel like I am on it. I will still sit there for hours just reading about it, watching videos about it, making sure that the information we are giving is 100% accurate. Yeah. I don't want to be that person giving the wrong information. Yeah. And I'm not going to do it unless I 100% know that it's the right information too. Yeah. So those ones are a while. Ones like this, not usually as long. It's reading to make sure that like the questions that we're doing are appropriate and stuff like that.
Not being repeated.
Yeah, and like kind of sorting things and organizing. So those are like maybe
getting thoughts together.
Yeah. Those ones aren't as long. So really it's a hard answer, but it can be anywhere from an hour of organization to God only knows how many hours of research. A lot of what we do say is our own opinions, so that's good. It's not as much research when you're just giving your opinion, but sorting out our opinions, that takes a little bit, making sure that we're not sounding chaotic. Yeah. And then we're not even talking about the after we record when I sit
the
down.
Post-production is the most of the stuff.
That is the most. For an episode like this where we're just organizing and then talking, the post-production is what's going to be the time-consuming aspect of it. So this one... We're already at 47 minutes. That means a few hours are already locked in of editing time. Because I am a psycho with editing. I really am. It needs to be perfect or I'm not posting it. So.
And I'm sure the listeners appreciate that.
I hope so. So, yeah, episodes can be... To prepare an episode can be kind of short, kind of not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Last podcast question. There's only 3 of them. Hardest part of podcasting for you?
You didn't read it the way they wrote it.
For y'all.
Sorry, guys. We're from the north. I don't trust anyone from the north who says y'all. So I just
Was this someone from the north?
No, I just want to hear you say it because I've never heard you say it. The hardest part is the time.
Fair.
Like making sure that it is allotted every week that I'm going to be doing this, that this is going to take this much up late, because like weeks like this where we waited until Wednesday just because of life.
Yeah.
Most weeks we try and get them done earlier, but life happens. So I would say the hardest part is the time, is making sure that the time is where it needs to be to get it done and get it done well.
Yeah. For me, it's the talking. Believe it or not.
I don't have an issue with that.
Believe it or not, I'm not like the biggest talker. Like if you had met me in person and we were like hanging out in a group, I probably wouldn't say that much. So for me, it's the exertion of energy to talk for as long as we do.
See, this wakes me up. This is like,
yeah.
We finished recording and I'm like, I have so much energy. Talking just gets me going. And for him, he's like, I'm exhausted.
It's just like we finish an episode, I'm just done. Because it's just a lot for me. Like I'm the person that has to step away at a social function to recharge my social battery. Like that's just it might not seem like it because it's a podcast, but that's how it is for me. So for me, it's definitely that. And also just like with work, I work a labor job, so like I'm tired a lot. That's also tough, not being tired when we're recording.
You fake it pretty well usually.
I try.
There's some episodes where I'm editing it and I'm like,
there's some episodes,
he was so tired.
There's a lot of episodes, not a lot of episodes. There's some episodes where I'm like, I know that I sounded tired there.
It's not usually how you say things, it's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like there are episodes that when I'm editing it, you say something and I'm like, I don't think he knew what he was saying.
Yeah.
I don't think he meant to do that. It happens.
Yeah.
Happens to the best of us. We all get the sleepy ha-has.
Yeah. So, that's it for me.
Okay. That's fair. That
Gina's the talker of the two of us, if you haven't noticed.
It's not wrong. You step away to recharge. I am getting recharged. I am getting recharged by being around people.
Yeah.
I feel bad when listeners like meet us in person. I'm like, oh my god, hey! Thank you for talking to me.
I let you do your thing. All right, we got a few personal questions. You ready to get personal?
Love it.
Who's your favorite sibling?
I wonder who sent this question in.
It's a mystery.
It is a mystery. Huh. What's the second question?
The second question is for me, and it's who's my favorite sibling-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who is it?
I like Ange. She's pretty cool.
I was thinking Ange, too. Yeah.
Yeah, she's fun. Good time.
Yeah, well, can I go with her as favorite sibling?
Sure, why
I
not?
don't see why not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consensus is Ange.
Winner. Not to give a total mom answer, but it actually kind of depends on the day.
Okay.
Right here, right now, I'm going to say the one that is probably listening to the episode. So Tommy's my favorite right now.
The only one that we know listens to every episode.
I have a lot of siblings, and I think he's the only one that listens. So I'll go with Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy, for sure.
What a guy. Bet no one thought we were actually going to answer that.
Yeah, right? How did you two meet? Let's hear the love story.
So romantic.
So romantic. Go ahead. Since I always tell it wrong.
You say literally like a year too late.
Go ahead. Tell everybody.
Okay. Rick was on the men's rugby team.
True.
At our college. And I was on the women's rugby team.
Also a fact.
The men's and women's rugby team did a lot together.
Yes.
But, should I add in the fact about avoiding you?
Sure.
So Rick had this guy on the team who looked just like him.
We look nothing alike.
Everyone thought it but Rick. Even the other guy thought it, but
No.
Rick didn't. So they looked a lot alike. And somebody from across the rugby fields, the one day, there was two fields, we were on the women's, they were on the men's, pointed at Rick, at least I think it was at Rick, and said, he's trouble, stay away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a freshman who was like, got it. Old head told me stay away from that guy. Got it. So I avoided Rick like the plague, but it wasn't actually him I was supposed to be avoiding. So then I actually ended up friends with the guy who I was supposed to be avoiding. And then eventually after probably like a month, realized what was happening and met Rick. And then we became friends and then we started dating like a year later.
Yeah.
But we met at rugby and I avoided him for a good month.
Mm-hmm. And then even after she knew me, she still avoided me.
That's not true. Then we became friends. And then we started dating when we were like 19.
Yeah. Which is
We
forever
met at
ago.
18, started dating at 19.
Yeah. We were so young.
Well, babies. We're teenagers. That's gross. We've been together a while.
What a love story.
What a love I know.
What a
It's
love
not
story
the
for this
most
listener.
romantic love story. Sorry. But we've been together since then.
Uh-huh.
We're together for 3 out of 4 years of college.
And we bonded
Friends
over
for 4.
Cheez-Its.
We did. Rick brought Cheez-Its to a party, and we sat in the corner and ate Cheez-Its.
It's a good time.
And then after that, because of the romantic that he is, he brought Cheez-Its to every party.
Just wanted to make sure you had something to eat.
And this is all while I thought we were still just friends. So, because I cannot tell when someone likes me.
That's true.
Not at all.
To this day.
So, he brought Cheez-Its to every party. That's our love story, and then we got married.
Very romantic. Then we got married. That's it. Nothing else happened in
the
between.
whole thing.
All right. I feel a little bit attacked on this one, but we'll go with it. Why didn't Rick run the Dopey Challenge?
Read the rest.
Hashtag Team Gina. Did you send this one in?
I didn't.
I feel like you sent this one in.
I did not.
I did not run the Dopey Challenge because I don't like running. It's not my thing. I can run a 5K, and that's even a little bit of a stretch of what I enjoy running. I was there for moral support, which I feel like is enough.
Hey, spectators save lives.
I am also Team Gina, for the record. Just not running.
But if we get it, he's going to run the half marathon.
I did agree to do
in
that.
Disneyland.
Yes. I did agree to do that.
So he will run, just not a marathon yet.
I don't think I'll ever do a marathon.
Yet.
I wanted to do a 6-mile Spartan race before I did anything else, but that's not happening, I don't think.
Is there not one before the half marathon?
There is. We were talking about doing it, so I might do it. We'll see.
Do it.
We'll see.
Okay. I would do it. That sounds fun.
Okay.
It's like the obstacles and stuff.
Mhm.
And mud.
Yeah.
I like mud.
Hopefully not as muddy as the last one we did.
Well, no, it rained. Yeah, I think that sounds like a good time.
Okay.
Plus, you need another medal for the medal
July,
rack.
see you there.
Your medal just looks so sad with all mine.
It looks very nice there by itself.
I hid it
I know you did.
under my 5K
I
one.
know you did.
I didn't hide
I have
it.
one medal. We have a whole medal rack and one medal on it, and it can't even be shown.
I have a medal rack, but I was nice and let him put his medal on, and my dopey medals are on top of it because they were the more recent one.
Still did it. Okay. If you had your wedding at Disney, where would it be held?
That is an excellent question. I think Rick would love to have it at the boardwalk.
That would be really nice.
I think that would have been a spot that we would have looked at. I would really like it. There's a small hill at the Polynesian
Okay.
that overlooks the castle.
Ah.
So it's not in like Disney's wedding chapel. It's off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
It's by the bungalows. If you walk like past them, it's this beautiful hill location. A friend of mine actually, Chris and Sarah, got engaged there.
Okay.
And it's just this beautiful location. It's by itself. Unless you're looking for it, you're probably not going to see it. And it has a beautiful view of Cinderella Castle in the background. And I would love it there.
Mm.
And if I could go even harder there while fireworks are going off, we wouldn't be able to hear anything.
Yeah.
So probably not. But I'm just picturing like in my wedding dress on that hill, fireworks in the background. Like that is a Kodak moment if I've ever seen one.
Fair.
Is Boardwalk actually your
I think
answer?
so, yeah. I mean, I don't really know too much about Disney weddings, so spot-wise, I think that's probably the one that I like the most.
Would you want in any park? So we just picked resorts. Was there
Maybe
any park
Hollywood
that you'd be
Studios?
interested in? Where?
Tower of Terror?
That's where we got engaged.
Yeah.
So you,
It's
okay,
nice there.
go full circle on it.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I think it would have been nice.
See, I think if I was going in a park, I'd want in front of Cinderella Castle.
Okay. That's
'Cause, like,
understandable.
If we're gonna do it, let's go hard.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna look like a princess, I'm gonna look like a princess in front of that castle.
Makes sense. Kind of segues into our next question. If money wasn't an issue, think free or something, would y'all have gotten married in Disney?
What are you saying, y'all twice?
I think probably yes, because money not being an issue to me also means that we can afford to fly everybody that we want to come down and have them all stay there as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it probably would have been an option if money wasn't an issue. I'm not saying that it would have happened. I'm saying it would have been something that we talked about if we could get
more, because we did talk about it.
Yeah, if we could have afforded to get everybody that we had at our wedding, because I can't think of anybody at our wedding that I didn't want there.
Mm-hmm.
If we could afford to get everybody that was there down to Florida with hotel, like making sure that they didn't have to worry about money so that they would come, then I think it would have definitely been something that we seriously talked about.
I agree with that, because the part of the main logic of why we got married where we did was that we wanted to make sure that the people we wanted there were going to be there.
Yeah.
And didn't want to put that like financial strain on anyone, didn't want anyone to feel like they had to dish all their savings to us. Like, which, and I know that there's always the, well, if they can't afford it, they won't go, but like we wanted those people there. So yeah, I guess if the no money mattering included that, then the answer would be yes, because the price of the Disney wedding, funny enough, wasn't that much more, because so everyone always says how expensive Disney weddings are, and don't get me wrong, they can get expensive extremely fast.
If you go all out, yes, it's extremely expensive.
But for like a basic Disney wedding package, it's not that much more than getting married in Philadelphia, New Jersey area. So we got married, we live on the Pennsylvania side, but we got married on the we live on the Pennsylvania side of the Delaware, but we got married on the Jersey side of the Delaware. Or at least our reception. And the price of, we got married at what is a cheaper place or a better deal of a place for this area. Wasn't like as cheap as it could get, but it definitely was more towards the
middle ground.
If we're going Disney hotels, we had a moderate wedding. Disney weddings were high moderate price. Like, they weren't crazy compared to what they are here. Now, a friend of mine who lives in Iowa told me what it cost per plate for her wedding, and for an Iowa wedding to get married in Disney would have been a lot.
Astronomically.
Like, and that is, I think people who live in areas where weddings are not crazy expensive, that is who, when people say how expensive Disney weddings are, that's the people who are saying that, who it is that much more money. But like for us, it really would have only been like $50 to $75 more a plate, which is a lot, don't get me wrong, but not as much as I was expecting it to be. Like, I think some of the plates were only like $170. And I know I'm saying only, and that's probably going to sound crazy to people, but guys, there are so many venues we didn't even get to look at.
Because they were like $200 something.
Because they were $170. Like, it was, it's like it really, it's baffling to me.
It's insane.
It's insane how much a wedding in general can cost. But yeah, I was very, like, pleasantly surprised with Disney pricing. Don't get me wrong, again, it explodes quickly.
Yeah.
Those prices shoot up. Those things that you want to add on, it all gets expensive very fast.
Yes.
But if you went for, like, basic, like, it can be done.
Yeah.
And I don't remember where I was going with any of this. But to answer the question, if money could get all of our friends and family down there too, then yeah, I would. But my biggest thing was having everybody there, because we got a big family. We got a good amount of friends that we wanted there, and made it happen.
All right, last question. What are the honeymoon plans? Which we kind of already answered, but we can kind of elaborate a little bit.
Yeah. We're flying to Paris. We don't have the exact order on this yet. I'm slacking. I gotta get this done. We are going to Disneyland Paris.
Yes.
And we are going just to tour Paris a little bit.
Spend some time there.
Spend some time in Paris. If anyone has recommendations for Paris, if you can send them my way, there is nothing in Paris I've ever dreamt about seeing.
Yeah.
Except maybe the Eiffel Tower, but like, okay, I'm gonna look at it and then what? So if you can,
nice tower.
Yeah, so if you can tell me what we should go do in Paris, I'd love to hear it. Because right now I am kind of at a loss, and I'm just like, we'll just go to Disneyland again. We are gonna do a few days in Disneyland Paris because heck yeah, we're out there, we're doing it.
Yeah.
From Paris, we are then flying to Rome.
Okay.
and we are getting on a cruise. We're doing a Mediterranean cruise. It's going to go to Italy, Spain, France, and then back to Italy.
Yes. Very exciting.
So excited. It is a Royal Caribbean cruise.
So it's going to be about 2 weeks.
Roughly.
With travel and everything included.
Yeah, and then we'll do a few days in Rome and fly home.
Yes. Very excited.
I'm so excited. I really am. There's still so much we have to do planning wise, but like all
but
in
that's
all,
what's happening.
but all in all, that is happening.
Yes.
Cruise is booked. It's happening. We're going on our honeymoon. And for anyone wondering why we waited this long, we wanted to do the cruise, the Mediterranean cruise.
Yeah.
Rick loves cruises. I wanted to go to Europe, meet in the middle. And they don't go from December to May. And we got married in December. So we have to wait until May.
Yeah. That's okay.
It's okay. It's fine. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
I need so many more outfits. Need some cute honeymoon clothes.
Yeah. But again, if you have any recommendations for Paris, reach out to us. Let us know.
For any of it. Paris,
true.
Rome, you got any recommendations? Let us know. We've never been there. I'm excited.
True.
Ready to tour. Ready to be a hardcore tourist in Europe.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get around. I know a little Italian. You know a little Spanish.
Yeah. We'll be fine.
We're screwed in France.
Time to download Duolingo.
Bonjour. I only know that from the commercial where they're like, don't trust anything you read on the internet. It's a French model. Bonjour.
But that is all that we have today. Thank you guys for sending in those Q&A, those questions. I had a lot of fun.
I did too. I'm telling you, I love the episodes with the listeners. So thank you guys so much. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you guys come up with a lot of good stuff. So thank you again. If you're not following us, you can follow us on Instagram at Spill the D Pod. Cast. Spill the D Podcast. You can email us, spillthedpod@gmail.com. Instagram's probably your best bet.
No, I get the email. I check the emails.
Okay.
Yeah, don't you worry.
Either one. So yeah, reach out on social media or email. But that's all we have for you guys today. So until next time, we will
see you at the castle. Happy 3 years.